The homeless policies passed by the federal government are not the answer to ending homelessness. The measures that are being taken are crisis driven and not proactive policies. How many of us have worried about how we were going to pay our rent or our bills in the past? According to a study done by Charles Schwab in 2019, 59% of Americans were one paycheck away from being homeless. Despite the efforts of Dallas County to reduce homelessness within the community, until they begin being proactive in the efforts to prevent homelessness, our community will always be crisis driven. Roughly about 29% of Dallas County residents live in poverty despite having a full-time job. While I have been privileged to work with the homeless over the last 10 years and get to know some of these individuals personally, I have noticed that they are no different than you and I. They went into a rough situation in their life and they did not have the resources to get out of what was going on in their life. The ending of the Homelessness Act of 2023 is a federal bill put into place to end homelessness, reduce poverty in America by transforming the housing voucher crisis and eliminating housing discrimination based on source of income or veteran status. This bill sounds like it would fix all of our problems when it comes to getting housing and resources for those in extreme poverty and close to losing their homes and those who are currently homeless. In the solution of this bill, it essentially would be like the current food stamp program. If someone who is homeless or suddenly has a loss of income, they would be able to apply for a housing choice voucher in order to stay in their home or find housing. This would eliminate families and individuals from shopping around locally to find resources in order to pay their rent for just the month. The bill is not focused on preventative measures. More so, it's focused on after the crisis happens. The bill also enacts to eliminate housing discrimination based on income and veteran status. Its failure to include a huge part of the homeless population that have criminal backgrounds or maybe single females or single males is how the bill would not solve the homelessness issue. Here in Dallas County, the bill is not enacting policies that are inclusive for all homeless individuals. Right now, 4 out of every 5 individuals who are applying for services are being denied and put on a wait list, where their application is active for 18 months. If the funding does become available, the Dallas Housing Authority does what they call a lottery, where they draw a name to see who gets the funding for housing. If your name is drawn or the person's name is drawn, there will still be another application process to go through in order to get the funding. The Ending Homelessness Act of 2023 sounds good as an overall resolve to the biggest war in America, and that's homelessness. But being able to put this into action takes a lot more than just passing a bill and allotting funds. In April of 2023, the Dallas Morning News put out an article that talked about the funding that Dallas and Collin counties receive each year. And can you guess how much that number is? Well, I can definitely tell you. It's $2.2 million a year, and is expected to increase. You might be asking yourself, with all of this money, where is it going? Because we still have 4,000 homeless people living on our streets. The funding does not go directly to services related to getting homeless housed. Of $2.2 million, these funds are dispersed to some of the shelters within the community to fund their efforts in the immediate needs of those who enter into their shelters. It also goes to enforce the efforts of shutting down and cleaning encampments that are set up by the homeless individuals, where they have tents and they begin to live under bridges and overpasses and on the side of the road because they have nowhere to go. It costs more to house these individuals in shelters and provide supportive services than it does to provide permanent housing. In Dallas County, it costs roughly $30,000 per year per person to provide supportive services to those who are homeless. The Rapid Rehousing Bill is focused on getting those who are chronically homeless and the most vulnerable off the streets and into homes. People entering into the Rapid Rehousing Program receive an array of supportive services, such as financial assistance, targeted support services based on their individual needs of person or family. Taking all of this into consideration and assuming that the funds and the services are provided appropriately for individuals, we could see the End of Homelessness Act of 2023 and the Rapid Rehousing Bill come to life, and the homelessness within our community greatly decreased. Dallas County has been in crisis response for so many years that they have fallen short in crisis prevention. Homelessness has become so common in our community that we look the other way when we see someone struggling on the street. This problem is much bigger than just one department. This is a system problem. We need to resolve the issues that we cannot resolve issues that we will not honestly address. If we are always addressing crisis, we will never have a proactive response. Homelessness is increasing each year. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. These individuals living on the streets are someone's mother, father, sister, and brother. As we go home each night to our warm and comfortable homes, they also deserve that too. As a community, it is time to stand up and demand responsibility from those who are responsible for resolving the issues of homelessness.